Hey folks, it's Mitch Garvis, www.passionforcigars.com, and I'm sitting here at Ryan's House Hearth with Ryan Beauchamp, and we are smoking a magnificent pipe, and we are smoking an English blend tobacco. Ryan, why don't you tell me about some of the tobaccos that you favor, that you've smoked, and what you look for when choosing a tobacco?
Well, still being fairly new to pipe tobacco and cigars. I only started last April, as I've mentioned. But I know when I started looking for new pipe tobaccos, I wanted just pure tobacco. I didn't want artificial, I didn't want flavorings. So I stuck with English blends. And the only actual aromatic that I've smoked, and it's kind of considered like a light aromatic, is Lane 1Q. Really enjoyed it. But you'll find that people online, they have mixed reviews, whether it's light in flavor, not enough flavor, or they just didn't enjoy it.
I actually saw someone online say, you know what, I smoked this, didn't taste like anything, I'm going back to something else. Mm-hmm. And then there was this whole thread of people saying, love it, hate it, love it, hate it, it's okay, it's not okay, it's a matter of taste.
It all comes down to personal taste, yeah.
So you smoke chiefly English blends.
Yeah.
And are there any particular ones that you prefer?
The one we're smoking tonight is C&D Mountain Camp. Mm-hmm. Actually one of my favorite blends. I love it in a bent pipe. I find that the flavor is more intense in a bent pipe versus a billiard pipe.
Now, I'll show you guys later on. I have a straight or billiard pipe that's a little, well, it's unique in my experience because I am really new to pipes, but as we mentioned, we were at a HERF a few weeks ago, and a brother came in with his big case of estate pipes and estate tobaccos that a friend of his who had passed away had been collecting for 50 years. And he said, guys, these are all for sale. And I think all of us picked up 1 or 2 or 3 pipes and a tin or 6 of tobacco. So I picked up, on the advice of people who know more than I do, I picked up a bent pipe, I picked up a straight or billiard pipe, and I picked up a meerschaum pipe. Now the meerschaum, a beautiful meerschaum pipe that has to be 40 or 50 years old and has some wear to it. Now a meerschaum pipe is different from the other pipes insofar as the meerschaum is not a wood.
No.
Meerschaum is
a stone.
Exactly. And they're from Turkey, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to discuss those in a later video when I actually have my meerschaum pipe with me. But when you look for a pipe, what do you look for?
Oh, what catches my eye? Well, when I first got into pipes, I wanted billiards, the straight pipes. I loved, my first briar was actually an estate buy off of eBay. I still have it today. But I find as I go along looking for pipes that meet my fancy, I like the bent pipes.
Yep.
I like the way they hang. I love the way they smoke. But I used to not like when you find like the raw tops on them.
Yeah.
But now I have a pipe like that, a bladder, which was gifted me by Gilbert.
Yes.
Fantastic pipe. But again, before I would always stray away from them. I didn't like the look of them, but then they grew on me. Then these bent pipes, and then the bigger pipes, the bigger bowls, that grew on me as well. But one thing that I have to mention is that I can't stand, and this is just personal, I don't like the pipes that have a little chunk of bamboo. That hasn't grown on me yet. I don't think that ever will.
Okay. So you mentioned briar. Briar is, of course, a type of wood. Is there any other wood that you would find pipes made of?
I want to say that there's olive wood. I think those are pretty popular among some smokers. I know there's bogwood. There's cherry wood actually. I've seen pipes made of cherry wood. Any hardwood, I think you can turn into a pipe.
So these are reasonably pricey pipes, but they're not anywhere near as pricey as you can get.
Mhm.
People ask me, how much does a pipe cost? It really is, how high is up? How much do you want to spend?
You can find estate pipes used on eBay or auction sites upwards of $1,500.
Wow. And I always have to ask the question, $1,500, it's a pipe. Does it do anything else?
No.
Now, I have this pipe, which is a middle of the road. It's probably a $75 or $85 pipe. It's smoking very well. How different would this be from your $1,500 estate pipe?
Other than the price tag? Probably nothing,
Okay.
in my opinion.
But then again, I have 3 or 4 pipes that I bought on the street in Cuba that probably cost me 5 convertible pesos each, which is about 7 or 8 Canadian dollars. There must be a difference between a $7 pipe and a $1,500 pipe.
Probably just the grade of the briar, how old the briar is, where it came from. It's the only difference that I could see.
So there really is nothing except preference. And of course, there's people who want to be fancy schmancy and there's people who want to spend their money. But I have found with pipes, as with torches, lighters, in the end, you can have our Redbird matches, or you can have a $500 Dunhill torch, and in the end they all produce fire.
Exactly.
Not much differently. So really this hobby doesn't have to be an expensive one.
No, I think it caters to everyone's budget.
Interesting. You know, I think that brings up another point that I'd like to discuss with you in another video. Why don't we take a break, enjoy this magnificent tobacco for a few minutes, and we're going to come back and talk about how long you smoke a pipe. Ryan Bogart, I'm Mitch Garvis for PassionForCigars.com. Thanks for watching.